Hey there, and welcome to The Deep Dive. Today we're diving deep into something I think a lot of you might recognize. It's that frustration, right? You understand English perfectly fine, movies, YouTube, conversations, maybe even this deep dive right now. But then, when it's actually your turn to speak, you kind of freeze up, where the words just don't come out right. If that sounds familiar, I really want you to hear this first. You're not alone.
Yeah.
At all. And you are definitely not broken or, bad at languages. That's just not true.
Absolutely. It's incredibly common.
So our mission today, and we're pulling from some really great materials focused on helping English learners become confident speakers, is to unpack why this actually happens.
Yeah, we want to get beyond just like grammar rules and vocabulary lists.
Exactly. We're going to explore a bit about your mind, your habits, maybe some emotions that get tangled up in it, and of course, your voice itself.
The goal is to give you some clear, actionable strategies and hopefully a big boost of confidence too.
Right. Think of this less like just listening to a podcast and more like a training session.
Yeah.
Or a conversation we're having with you.
Hopefully it can be a bit of a breakthrough moment for you.
So if you can, maybe find a quiet spot. Put on headphones.
Yeah.
Just give yourself this time. Let's try to unlock that English voice together. Okay, so let's get into this central question, this mystery. Why? Why can you understand English so well, maybe even complex stuff, but speaking feels like wading through mud? You can follow a whole Netflix series, get all the jokes, understand everything we're saying now.
Right.
You can read articles, but then someone asks you, like, how was your weekend? And suddenly, poof, brain fog, heart pounds, mouth stays shut.
It's a fantastic question, and the answer really lies in a fundamental difference that's honestly often overlooked. Understanding and speaking, they're just different skills. Really different.
Okay, how so?
Well, think about it like this. Understanding is essentially passive. You're receiving information, taking language in. Imagine loving music. You listen all the time, you know all the bands, you appreciate complex compositions.
Yeah, okay.
But does that mean you can sit down and play the piano?
Definitely not, in my case anyway.
Exactly. Because playing the piano is active. You have to produce the music, create it, coordinate your body in real time, fingers, hands, timing.
Right, it needs specific training.
Precisely. And speaking is the same. It's an active skill. You're producing language, creating it on the spot. Your mouth, your tongue, your vocal cords, they're like muscles. They need the workout of actually speaking, not just the input of listening or reading.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So does that mean traditional learning methods, school, apps, courses, often miss that active part? Because it does feel like a lot of learning is input heavy.
You've hit on something crucial there.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Many traditional approaches focus heavily, sometimes almost entirely, on input. Reading, listening exercises, translation drills.
Grammar rules.
Grammar rules, vocabulary lists. Yeah, all valuable, but it's like trying to learn to swim by just reading books about swimming techniques and watching Olympic videos.
You know about it, but you can't actually do it.
You haven't trained your body to move in the water, and that's why so many learners feel stuck. They know a lot of English, but they haven't clocked the hours of actual output practice.
Okay, so lack of active practice is a big one. Are there other reasons for this speaking block?
Oh, definitely. Beyond the lack of active practice, there are some powerful psychological factors at play. One of the biggest is simply fear.
Fear of making mistakes.
Yes, but it's often deeper than just mistakes. It's fear of being judged, sounding stupid, being laughed at, forgetting words mid-sentence.
That performance anxiety thing.
Exactly. Performance anxiety is a perfect term. It can trigger almost a fight or flight response, making it physically hard to access the language you actually know.
And maybe past experiences feed into that, like being corrected really harshly.
Absolutely. Bad experiences in classrooms, feeling ignored or laughed at those things, stick with us and build up that fear. Then there's perfectionism.
Ah, yes, the enemy of good enough.
Right. You want every sentence to be grammatically perfect, the pronunciation flawless, and the result is often saying nothing at all because the risk of imperfection feels too high.
So you just wait for the perfect moment or the perfect sentence that never comes.
Precisely. And lastly, looping back to the practical side, it's often just a simple lack of real speaking time. Consistently practicing out loud often just isn't part of a learner's routine.
Okay, so summing that up, it's not necessarily about not knowing enough English. It's more about needing the physical practice, overcoming those mental barriers like fear and perfectionism, and actually, speaking more.
That's the core insight, really. For many people stuck at this stage, you don't need more grammar lessons right now.
You need more speaking.
You need more speaking.
All right. I like that. So let's not just talk about it. Let's actually do something right now. We're going to do a quick warm-up for your English voice. And yes, I really mean speak out loud with us.
Wherever you are, even if you feel a bit shy or silly, especially if you feel shy, that's where the growth happens.
Okay.
Let's start by kind of shifting our mindset, giving ourselves permission. I want you to repeat these phrases after me, out loud. Feel the words.
Ready?
First one. I understand English. Short implied pause.
Just acknowledge that. You do.
Now, I want to speak English. Short implied pause.
Set that intention.
I'm not afraid of mistakes.
Short implied pause.
Try to believe it. Mistakes are learning.
Every word I speak helps me grow.
Yeah.
Short implied pause.
Yeah, every single one.
Now I choose to speak English. Short implied pause. It doesn't have to be perfect. Short implied pause. I just need to speak. Short implied pause.
That's the key. Just start.
I can speak English. Short implied pause. I am not afraid anymore.
Short implied pause.
Tell yourself that.
And finally, I am becoming the kind of person who speaks English clearly. Short implied pause.
Visualize that person. That's you. Okay, amazing. How did that feel? Just saying those things. Now let's try some very simple, real conversation practice. I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to pause this or just take a moment and answer out loud. Not in your head. Use your actual voice.
Yeah, don't worry about making it perfect or complex. Just respond. No one's judging.
Okay, first one, simple. What's your name and where are you from? Implying 7-sec pause for listener. Good. Did you say it? Okay, try again. This time maybe add just one more little detail. Something about your town maybe. Or how to spell your name. Just a bit more. Implying 7-sec pause for listener. All right, next question. What did you do this morning? Just tell me a little bit. What time did you wake up? What were the first couple of things you did? Just the basic story out loud. Implying 10-sec pause for listener.
Just getting the words out. That's the goal.
Now, slightly different. What do you do every morning? Or, usually. Think about your routine. First I wake up, then I usually, then. Just the sequence. Implying 10-sec pause for listener. Okay, how about this? What's your favorite food? And tell me why. Just a quick reason. Implying 7-sec pause for listener.
Making me hungry now.
Huh. Me too. Okay, next. What do you do when you feel maybe tired or stressed out? How do you like to relax? Implying 7-sec pause for listener. And what do you love doing on weekends? What are your favorite relaxation activities? Or other things you enjoy? Implying 10-sec pause for listener.
Always good to think about the fun stuff.
Totally. And one last one, maybe a bit deeper. What's your dream in life? Or maybe, what's your main goal with learning English? Why is this important for you? Implying 10-sec pause for listener.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take a breath. How did that feel? Actually saying things out loud. It felt a bit weird or uncomfortable, honestly. It's probably a good sign.
Yeah, it means you're stretching yourself, pushing that comfort zone boundary. Even if you stumbled or paused a lot or didn't say much, you spoke. You used your voice. You activated those muscles.
And that right there is a win. A real win. Celebrate that.
Definitely.
Okay, so building on that, let's talk about a really practical technique. It's often called one of the most powerful tools for improving speaking fluency.
Oh, I think I know this one. Shadowing.
That's the one. Shadowing. It sounds simple, but it's incredibly effective. Here's how it works. I'll say a sentence. You, listening, immediately repeat it out loud right after me. The key is to try to match everything. My speed, my rhythm, the ups and downs of my voice. Like you're my echo.
So it's not about just repeating the words, but how they're said.
Exactly. It trains your mouth and your ear simultaneously. It's about feeling the flow of English.
Okay, let's try it.
Ready? Just repeat right after me. I don't speak perfect English, but I speak bravely. Implied pause for listener repeat. Speaking is not about perfection. It's about connection. Implied pause. Every time I speak, I improve.
Implied pause.
Feel the rhythm in that one. I don't have to be perfect. I just have to be brave. Implied pause. Fluency comes from action, not from waiting. Implied pause. My English voice is getting stronger every time I use it. Implied pause.
Nice.
Okay, now let's try a slightly longer sentence. Ready? Repeat this. I believe in myself. I can speak English. I'm learning, and I am getting better every day. Implied pause.
Good one. Powerful.
Now let's try a mini dialogue, like a tiny scene. Repeat each line after me, imagining the conversation. Line A. Hi, how are you doing today? Implied pause. Line B. I'm doing great, thanks. And you? Implied pause. Line A again. Not bad, just a little tired. I had a long day. Implied pause. And line B. Yeah, What happened? Implied pause.
Okay, so you're mimicking the back and forth.
Exactly. Now here's a little challenge. Can you try saying that whole mini conversation yourself? Both parts, A and B. Take a moment, try it out loud, implying 7-sec pause for listener.
That's a fantastic exercise. Really gets you mimicking the physical act of speaking in a flow. But speaking isn't just physical, right? There's a huge mental component we've touched on.
Oh, absolutely. What's going on in your head is just as important, maybe even more so, than what your mouth is doing.
So how do we work on that?
Well, one simple but powerful technique is visualization. Let's try a quick mind exercise right now. If you feel comfortable doing so, maybe close your eyes for just a moment. Take a nice, slow breath in and let it out. Now, picture the scene in your mind. You're sitting in a nice, relaxed cafe. You feel calm and comfortable. A friendly-looking tourist walks up to you, smiles, and asks, "Excuse me, do you speak English?"
Yeah.
And in this visualization, you smile back, calmly, confidently, and you reply, nice and clear, "Yes, I do. How can I help you?" Feel that moment. No fear, just easy communication. You're speaking freely. Really let yourself feel that confidence. All right. Now open your eyes and let's anchor that feeling. Say this out loud with conviction. I can speak English. I am not afraid anymore.
Implied pause.
It sounds simple, but visualizing success can actually make a difference, can't it?
It really can. It helps rewire some of those fearful pathways and builds a mental blueprint for confidence. Okay, let's talk more directly about that fear then. We mentioned it earlier, the fear of judgment, sounding wrong, being laughed at, forgetting words. It feels so pervasive. I mean, who hasn't felt that learning a language?
It's almost universal, I think. And the first thing to really internalize is fear is normal. It's a natural human response to stepping outside your comfort zone, trying something new where you might feel vulnerable.
So feeling fear doesn't mean you're doing it wrong.
Not at all. The key isn't to eliminate the fear entirely. That might be impossible. The key is that fear doesn't have to win. You can feel the fear. Nervousness, sweaty palms, racing heart, and you can still choose to speak anyway. That's bravery.
Feeling the fear, doing it anyway.
Exactly. Let me share a quick, really inspiring story about this. It's about a student named Aylin from Turkey. Aylin was, well, just like maybe many of you listening, understood English incredibly well, passive skills were great, but speaking, terrified.
No.
Absolutely paralyzed by fear. Never spoke. Her coach gave her a simple but tough challenge. Record just 1 minute of yourself speaking English every single day for 30 days straight.
Wow, just 1 minute. Sounds easy, but probably felt huge to her.
Immense. And the first week or two, it was agony for her. She said she hated the sound of her voice. She noticed every single mistake. She felt awkward and embarrassed even listening back to herself.
Oh, I can imagine. That takes guts.
It really does. But she kept doing it day after day, just that 1 minute. And then around day 15, something amazing happened. She sent a message to her coach and it just said, "I did my recording today and I'm not afraid anymore."
Whoa, just like that. What changed?
It wasn't that she suddenly became perfect. Not at all. But her focus had shifted. By forcing herself to do it consistently, the act of speaking became less scary than the idea of speaking perfectly. The fear lost its power.
She built tolerance, maybe. Desensitized herself.
In a way, yes. She proved to herself she could survive the imperfection. And guess what? Aylin now actually teaches English to others.
No way. That's incredible. From silent student to teacher.
It's a powerful testament, isn't it?
It really is. And it perfectly illustrates that point. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be brave. Aylin's story is all about bravery and consistency leading to the breakthrough, not sudden perfection.
Exactly. The courage to open your mouth regularly is often far more important than mastering every last grammar point.
Okay, so how do we translate Aylin's bravery into something practical for everyone listening? How do we build that consistency?
Great question. We need a routine. Something simple, manageable that you can actually stick with. So we've put together a practical, easy to implement, 10-minute daily English speaking routine. Just 10 minutes, you can do this.
Okay, 10 minutes sounds achievable. Let's hear it.
All right, minutes 1 to 2. This is about just activating your voice with easy stuff. Describe your world or easy sentences. Look around you right now. Speak out loud about what you see in simple English. I'm in my kitchen. The walls are yellow. I see a coffee cup. There's a window. Outside, it's sunny.
Just basic observation.
Exactly. Or describe simple actions you're doing. I am sitting down. I am drinking water. I am listening. No script, no pressure. Just get the words flowing.
Okay, minutes 1 and 2. Describe or narrate simple things. Got it. What's next?
Minutes 3 to 4. Tell a mini story or answer 2 questions. Think of something small that happened today or yesterday. Tell a very short story about it. Like, this morning, I woke up late. I had to run for the bus. I forgot my lunch. Just a couple of sentences.
Like a mini narrative of your life.
Yep. Or if that feels hard, grab a notebook. Write down 2 simple questions like, what did I do today? And what do I want to achieve tomorrow? Then answer them out loud.
Okay, mini story or answering simple questions aloud. 2 minutes. Next.
Minutes 5 to 6. Time for some shadowing. We just practiced this. Find a short audio clip or video, maybe a bit from this deep dive, or a news report or a song lyric and play it. Repeat what the speaker says right after them out loud. Try to match their sound.
So actively mimicking a native or fluent speaker for a couple of minutes.
Exactly. Great for rhythm and pronunciation.
Okay, minutes 5 and 6. Shadowing. What about 7 and 8?
Minutes 7 to 8. This is your free talk time. Set a timer for 2 minutes and just talk about anything. Talk to yourself. Talk to the mirror. Tell your plant about your day. Talk to your phone like you're leaving a voice message.
No specific topic needed.
Nope. Whatever comes into your head. The only rule is keep talking. Don't judge yourself. Don't stop to correct yourself constantly. Just let the words flow, even if it's simple stuff or you repeat yourself.
Okay, free talk, no judgment, 2 minutes. That brings us to the end.
Almost. There's an optional but highly recommended bonus for minutes 9 to 10. Reflect. After your 8 minutes of speaking, take the last minute or 2 to ask yourself out loud, what did I do well in my speaking practice today? I find something positive.
Acknowledge the effort.
Yes. And then ask, what's one small thing I'll try or focus on tomorrow? It keeps you moving forward.
Nice little self-assessment. So that's the 10 minutes. Describe, tell answer, shadow, free talk, and reflect.
That's the core routine. And here's a key tip to really see your progress. Once a week, maybe on a Friday, record yourself doing this 10-minute routine.
Ooh, recording again, like Aylin.
Yep. Don't overanalyze it daily, but listen back after a few weeks. You will hear the difference. It's incredibly motivating.
There's a fantastic concrete plan, 10 minutes a day. Very doable. Now, to kind of wrap this all together and emphasize that power of consistency, let's do one more little practice. It's a short story, the story of Anna. It mirrors what we've been talking about. First, just listen to the story. Then we'll go through it sentence by sentence for you to repeat, like we did with the shadowing. Here's Anna's story. Once, there was a girl named Anna. Anna understood English perfectly, but she never spoke. She was always afraid of making mistakes. One day, she made a decision. She would speak every day, no matter what. She used the 10-minute routine we just discussed. She described her world, told mini stories, and shadowed. She recorded her voice and answered questions. At first, it was hard, but after 30 days, she felt different, braver, louder, clearer. Now, Anna speaks with confidence, not because she's perfect, but because she's consistent.
A simple story, but it captures the journey.
Exactly. Okay, now it's your turn to tell Anna's story out loud. Repeat each sentence after me. Really feel the meaning. Let it inspire your own commitment. Ready? Once there was a girl named Anna. Implied pause. Anna understood English perfectly, but she never spoke. Implied pause. She was always afraid of making mistakes. Implied pause. One day she made a decision. Implied pause. She would speak every day no matter what. Implied pause.
That's the commitment.
She used the 10-minute routine we just discussed. Implied pause. She described her world, told mini stories, and shadowed. Implied pause. She recorded her voice and answered questions. Implied pause.
Put in the work.
At first it was hard. Implied pause. But after 30 days. Implied pause. She felt different. Implied pause. Braver. Implied pause. Louder. Implied pause. Clearer. Implied pause.
The results of action.
Now, Anna speaks with confidence, implied pause. Not because she's perfect, implied pause, but because she's consistent, implied pause. Consistency, that's the engine of progress here. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I really want this message to land for you. Listen closely. You are not too late. You haven't missed the boat. You are not hopelessly behind.
Not at all.
Your English voice. It's already inside you. It really is. It's just been waiting for permission, waiting for the practice to come out and play.
You're probably more fluent, more capable than you give yourself credit for.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You likely just haven't spoken enough yet. But think about it. Just by participating in this deep dive today, answering the questions, doing the shadowing.
You've already spoken more English than some learners might in a whole week or month.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Be proud of that step. Acknowledge that effort.
And please remember this. Your accent is part of your identity. It's beautiful. It tells your unique story. Don't let anyone make you feel ashamed of it.
So true.
Your words have power even if they aren't perfect. Your journey of learning is real and valid. Just keep going. Don't give up.
So, we always like to leave you with something to think about, a kind of provocative thought to chew on after the deep dive. Based on everything we discussed today, here's one for you. Maybe fluency isn't really about speaking fast. Maybe true fluency is about speaking freely.
Ooh, I like that. Freely, without that constant block.
Right. And maybe you don't actually need native-level grammar to have native-level confidence.
Confidence comes from using what you have, bravely.
Exactly. You don't need a perfect accent to have a powerful, clear voice. What you truly need is courage. The courage to start, the courage to continue.
You need consistency, that daily habit, even just 10 minutes.
And you need yourself accepting yourself where you are right now and being brave enough to take the next step, just as you are.
That's a powerful place to start from.
So if this session was helpful for you, maybe listen again tomorrow or later this week.
Repetition is key for speaking.
Speak out loud with us again. Let this become a regular space for you to practice activating your voice. And definitely check out the show notes. We've put links there to help you keep going.
Yeah, there's a free Speaking Confidence journal. It's a printable PDF you can use to guide your daily 10-minute routine and track your progress.
There's also another free PDF called 7 Days to Speaking Confidence with more tips and exercises.
And we've included links if you're interested in joining a free Telegram or WhatsApp group focused on speaking practice for that community support.
Lots of resources to support you. The most important thing is to take that next step. Until next time, keep speaking, keep practicing, keep growing. Your voice really does matter.